Let me tell you a story, a true story which was reported by Consumer Reports on June 8, 2019. The story is about Tiffany Hawley and her husband. They had just gotten married and they were excited to move into their new home they had just purchased. Very soon after, they discovered the home had a plumbing problem that caused raw sewage to spill into the foundation's crawl space. Tiffany said that they would not have bought the house if they were aware of the significant cost of cleaning up and repairing the damage. According to NBC Area, May 12, 2017, many home inspectors are failing consumers. Many are also failing basic inspection tests. The failure of some of the basics can mean a colossal mistake for the home buyer or seller. Today, I will talk about the perils of having so many unqualified home inspectors in California and how that impacts the home buying experience. In my presentation, I will discuss the consequences of having so many unqualified home inspectors in California. I will then talk about the reason for having so many unqualified home inspectors, and I will lastly suggest what can be done to ensure we have more qualified home inspectors. If you think that a bad home inspection can only cost the buyer, well, think again. According to the Los Angeles Times, April 28, 2017, the story of a real estate broker named Diana Dahlberg was presented. Dahlberg represented her seller, and the home inspector determined that the furnace had a broken heat exchanger. The home inspector told the seller, who was nursing a baby, "If you don't want to kill your baby, you better get a new furnace right away." Both buyer and seller freaked out and canceled the contract. The seller took the house off the market, but on a subsequent inspection, it was determined that nothing was wrong with the furnace. The seller was so upset that she took the home off the market. So, are the inspectors liable for a bad inspection? Well, the answer is yes or no. You can sue, but according to Legal Match March 15, 2018, it is a very difficult case to litigate. Also, many home inspectors limit their liability by having their clients sign exculpatory clauses which only make the home inspector liable for returning the customer the cost of the home inspection, which is usually only a few $100s. But the client is the one liable for the headache and the thousands of dollars needed for the repairs. Now that you know the consequences of having so many unqualified home inspectors in California, let me talk to you about the main reason for having so many unqualified home inspectors in California. According to the balance, March 27, 2019, there are no license requirements for home inspectors in the state of California. Further, as reported by San Francisco Gate, November 20, 2018, there are no tests, experience, or background requirements to be a home inspector in California. In a state known for regulation, there is none when it comes to home inspectors in California. There are no standards in place in order to become a home inspector. Now that you know the main reason for having many unqualified home inspectors in California, let me suggest a solution so that we have more qualified home inspectors. The first step to ensure that California produces qualified home inspectors is let your local or state level lawmakers know about this problem we have in California. You can tell your lawmaker what the city of Southgate, California is doing right. According to Andros College, June 1st, 2018, the city of Southgate, California has adopted a pre-sale inspection ordinances. Having very qualified inspectors, the city conducts the inspections to protect potential buyers from any property defects. The city also protects the buyer from undisclosed illegal construction additions or improvements. In the meantime, while we enact change to California law, we must learn to become educated consumers when contracting home inspectors. According to the balance October 10, 2018, we should find a home inspector that is a member of a home inspection association, such as the American Society of Home Inspectors or the California Real Estate Inspection Association. This will ensure your home inspector has a formal quality training in home inspection. As you can see, there are many unqualified home inspectors in California, and many times home buyers and sellers pay a steep price for this. In my presentation, I talked about the consequences for home buyers and sellers in California of having many unqualified home inspectors. Then I talked about the reason for having so many unqualified home inspectors in California. And I finally talked about a solution to ensure that all home inspectors are better qualified. So remember, make sure you do your inspection on your next home inspector. Thank you.